They put the plywood up on the T.O. spot. First Tuesday in August, felt the whole foundation rock. She watches from the 5th floor where the AC unit leaks, tracing a new shadow stretching out across the street. It tastes like drywall dust and busted up supply lines. Just temporary, says the sign, all caps and bold design. They call it urban renewal, a variance request. She calls it eminent domain on every single memory left. You lines on the map, same blood in the street. They can change the zoning, but they can't pay the beat. Pour another layer, build it up sky high. Same sidewalk story written in their eyes. He sees the new kids with their toe bags and their blank stares, asking what a good espresso is, like anyone here cares. There's a hostile architecture in the curve of the new bench. Ain't right at the omen, a subtle silent wrench. It's a hostile takeover, quiet resident plan. 100 little permits clutched in a stranger's hand. Saw a girl try to tag the sand, blasted brick and black. She said, this whole damn corner's a historical plan. New lines on the map, same blood in the street. They can change the zoning, but they can't pave the beat. Pour another layer, build it up sky high. Same sidewalk story written in their eyes. The hydrant cap twists open, a silver sudden geyser. Now the blueprints underwater. Who's the wiser? Burning orange extension poured out from Abuela's place. Power to the speakers, put some bass back in this space. Yeah. A public hearing on the concrete. You can pave that over, never be. I hope. Yeah.
The blue light flicker from a window on Mechanicsville Ave. Yeah. Cast a spider web shadow from a busted up drill press hat. Yeah. 3 a.m. the Tuesday at the child support clears and parked up motor cooling, just shifting the gears. He's in there hunched over, man made of wire and bone, standing the curve of a banjo neck. Patient and all alone, the air probably smells like sawdust and that high dollar clue. A silence so focused it could cut a man in two. Taped up, a girl with a gap tooth grin. Probably 1997 before the rush set in. He wipes his brow with a rag. Don't even break a stare, like he's picking a lock very deep into thin air. Reminds me of my MPC, tapping out a drum break. That one more minute lie you tell yourself for heaven's sake. My head said you can't eat a melody. You know they're right. I see this old man working and I wonder if he had that fight. And the chill from the vinyl seat seeps into my back. A ghost of a horn section phasing on the track. Is he praying to finish or praying it'll never be done? Just another father out working the damn sun. Cause that grain in the wood got a memory of built-in scratch. You forced it too early, you left with a splinter desk. Gotta check the torque, throw the pressure to give in the take. For the little hands that will hold whatever you weigh. This ain't about a song, this is building a fire escape. A clean running engine, I don't need to throw a plate. So when Maya asks what I built with all these wires and keys, just a roof, baby girl. A roof and a slight breeze. It can try.
$1 bill stuck to the well, wood is soaking through Tuesday. We see a motorcade, brake lights bleed on the WREN slick U Street. We feel the city's whole damn spine contracting for a motorcade Tuesday. They crawl in here, shed their skin, talking about a new day.
Yeah. Termites in the ties, chewing on the foundations we lay down with our bones. We pour the top shelf boys and watch them sipping from their thrones. Our aprons smell like bleach and lemon tonic, water and cheap cologne. We move like a colony, a low and steady drone.
We see the bills getting made over melted ice and bitten lines. We hear the whispers of a budget cut, some federal pantomime. He says, smile little honey, ain't that worth another dime? His breath of sour whiskey, we've been swallowing that crime for a long, long time. But not across the pass-through, a language with no sound. The dishwasher's got a new burn, the prep cooks losing ground. This whole damn marble city was built on what we found in the bottom of the till, the mud, the godforsaken ground. This ain't a body, it's a shell we carry through the heat. This ain't a city, it's a nest we patch up underneath their feet. We are the heartbeats, the jointed legs, the bitter and the sweet. We are the exoskeletons that goes along the street. The rag goes across the bar top, erasing every name. Then we crack out in the morning, and we do it all again.
Friday, 6 p.m. the heat off the buckhead, asphalt steam. She sees a new porch light, a surgical beam. The lawn is a skin graphic, perfect and clean. Each blade of the fescue, a stitch in the dream scene. His old 9 Accord makes a sound in the drive, a cough in a sterile ward, barely alive. This house doesn't settle, it doesn't have ghosts, just load-bearing silence from curated pose. It's another post-op, check the suture, stop the bleed. She's a different patient, new surgery for the knee. A clean incision, no infection, no debris. Just a phantom limb for the man he used to be. She opens the door, just a crack, not too wide. The air smells like linen, something money can't hide. His boy's in the doorway, a miniature him with a prognosis written on every new limb. She says he has his homework, don't forget his code. Her voice is a flat line, a pre-written note. He signs for the handoff, a chart on a clip. The pressure, the numbness, the bite of his lip. A 747 screams low in the grave. Stitches of vapor that slowly decays. Charting the fracture lines, mapping the stress. This is the healing that looks like a mess. It's another post-op, check the suture, stop the bleed. She's a different patient, new surgery for the knee. A clean incision, no infection, no debris. Just a phantom limb for the man he used to be. The car door clicks shut like a miracle train. Another 2 weeks till the next visiting day.
rap pedal. The key card clicks, no jiggle, the green light is obscene. He stands inside the silence of a life squirt too clean. Smell of primer paint, the HVAC's low stereo hum. Floor to ceiling window where the city's rendered numb. He traces out the pattern on the marble of the aisle. Remembers Chip from Micah and his mother's tired smile. This is the high-rise heaven, the blueprint come to light. The sharp and quiet weapon that doubles as a knife. It's the picture from the brochure, that 29th floor view. Got the whole damn city silent, and not a single soul with you. It's the picture from the brochure, the price you had to pay for a kingdom full of echoes at the closing of the day. He sees the flicker of a Con Ed bill on a phantom microwave, the ghost of food or steam and a memory he saves. But here the air is filtered, it doesn't hold a thing. No ghost of heated arguments or songs they used to sing. His father's voice a specter, a static on the line. An engineer built structures that can stand the test of time. This ain't a kente fabric, it's just a single silver thread pulled loose from every promise his neighborhood once said. It's the picture from the brochure, that 29th floor view. Got the whole damn city silent, and not a single soul with you. It's the picture from the brochure, the price you had to pay for a kingdom full of echoes at the closing of the day. He sees a mask reflected in the glass, pristine and bold. A stranger's face he searches for a story to be told. The boy from Penance, he's somewhere down below the line of sight, lost inside the glare of all this artificial light. The key card clicks, silence rushes in. The key card clicks and waits for him to begin. This the picture from the brochure, that 29th floor view. Got the whole damn city silent, and not a single soul with you. The picture from the brochure, the price you had to pay for a kingdom full of echoes at the closing of the day.
You trace the crack in the glass on the iPhone, mate. It's 4/17, August again. The weight of a thumbprint that hesitates, hovering over the ghost of your kin. The whole room is cantilevered on this one decision. A structural flaw in the frame. You scroll past his picture, a hazy vision of him on the porch, I'm all yelling your name. The static come from the fridge is a baseline for moaning, the low frequency drone. Every pixel a brick in this digital fortress. You can't leave alone, the foundation is shouting, the drywall is breathing. The pain starts to peel from the stress. You tap a new text to a number not receiving, then hit send to the side in address. Oh, static load on the screen, bright last name, first name in the blue light. Delete contact, the words are a fault line. Yeah, you leave it for one more night. You leave it for one more night. Yeah. Remember the blueprint he drew on a napkin. The treehouse we rebar stills, that permanent grin. The what's happening, the way that he stand with a hand on his hip. The silence in here is a low bearing column that holds up the roof on the past. You built this whole life as a quiet asylum, but moments you knew couldn't last. His NPC's covered in dust on the dresser, a grip full of pads he won't touch. You measure the creep by the ambient pressure, it's never too much till it's mine. The numbers an anchor, a dead end connection, a dial tone cut in the black. You arc out the ache in a brand new collection, a tattoo you can never take back.
A lo-fi, distorted voicemail recording. A woman's voice, warm but tired. Kilo.
It's Mom.
Just check it in.
The garden's looking good.
Your father says the bonsais miss you. Call me when you get this.
Okay.
Bye.
Static load on the screen, bright last name, first name in the blue light. Delete contact, the words are a fault line. Yeah, you leave it for one more night. You leave it for one more night. The spring goes to sleep. The load is still yours. The key still yours. The garden's looking good. Your father says the bonsais miss you. Call me when you get it. Okay, bye. Static note on the screen, right? Delete contact. Static note on the screen, right? Delete contact. Oh, oh. Delete contact. Oh, oh.
The soles on these Balenciagas never touched the asphalt out behind the BP on Campbellton. Back when the Wi-Fi password was an AES3, I'm still the architect who mapped the load bearing walls inside the city's grid to swap the blueprints for a key that opens doors the old one never did. I see the scaffold and you see his wreckage. That's the disconnected packet lost. You see a ghost, I see your beta test that's iterating on the cause. You're tracing chalk outlines on pavement where the server farm is on below. I'm tracing fiber optic lines to places that you'll never get to go. If I slap the motherboard and change the case, same machine or just a ghost that's in my place. If every single memory cell gets wiped and written over, is it still my story when the latency is slow?
You see a foundation, I see a demolition site. The kid who wrote in notebooks wouldn't recognize the code. You write, the code's the same. The syntax just evolved to run the update. The air still tastes the ozone at the rain on 9285 comes late. You bought the block to flip it, don't you talk about the web. I bought the block to firewall it so we'd have a place forever. You call it selling out, I call it owning no whole further stack. You said you're not that kid I knew and you're not wrong, I can't go back.
If I swap the motherboard and change the grace, fame machine or just a ghost that's in my place. If every single memory cell gets wiped and written over, is it still my story when the latency is slower?
She asked me, are you happy Tuesday? Over lukewarm coffee, fed the mate. I said I'm solving with your system architect, for I don't know what to say.
The truth is just a data point without the proper context key. The only one I ever lost was you. Or maybe it was me. Same machine or just a ghost that's in my place. The deadbolt clicks on the pills and loft. You smell the winter on my coat. You asking why the Gary Post Tribune is taped across the throat of every mirror and every painted glass that gives a face back. It's October 31st. We don't leave an open track. Back on the block, this was the law. A load-bearing myth we built. Kept the bad mushrooms spilling over, scrub becoming guilt. You call it superstition, I call it civil engineering for the soul. We don't break the glass, we just blind the ghost. This the Gary gospel doing the absolute most. It ain't about the luck, it's about the post. The foundation holding up the ones we lost. I hear you right, you said that's just some rust built static you can't lose. A pack will have a kilo, what you got to prove. But the US still plants all this dark material fatigue. A hairline fractures, all the badges gonna leave a sneak. Inside the frame and compromise the whole design. It's a setback, line of pre-disaster state of mind. Same logic that I use to stack the pads on the NPC. Every sample has a memory, every jont's a eulogy. We don't break the glass, we just blind the ghost. This the Gary gospel doing the absolute most. It ain't about the luck, it's about the post. The foundation holding up the ones we lost.
So yeah, the news, Chris Keelan at the corner of a frame. And maybe it's just taking toll, the silly worn out gang.
For a minute, in the low light,
sheer wall.
Standing up against the pressure right before the fall. I heard you.
It's not a superstition, because you suspect.
The pixels burn on Curry Mile crew. A notification goes. Screens cold enough to feel like the rail at Piccadilly Post. Scrolling back to June, the last time that the scaffolding felt right. Just a grid of static profile pics under the blue light.
We built this gap on inside jokes and dial-up modem speed. Laid the foundation deep enough to bury any need to ever speak it out loud. The torch and the joys was plain to see. A headline cracked that spider web from you then back to me.
Yeah, flow gets faster.
Beats just acted just how I had to low post dancer.
Then the take from me's went quiet. Then the birthday message left on riot. Then the Sunday check and didn't try it. Just to read receipts aside and diet. The loading bar, the spinning wheel, the digital drip you can't unfeel. The signal drops, the void gets real.
The server's dead.
Left the whole damn thing on red. Just a cold drawn screen, the blueprint, and the last thing that you said.
Yeah, the server's dead.
Empty space inside my head. Just a cold joint where the concrete never said.
Yeah, remember that knife out of canal, freezing on the bricks. Hit the ankle sprains with skeletons, a slow metallic trick. You blew our futures on a napkin from a bricks, a master plan. Now the ink is faded, folded up inside a cookie tin.
The whole architecture shifted, couldn't pinpoint the decay. Subsidence of 1,000 tiny choices day by day. Last text read, you good at 2 a.m. The week the clocks went back 3 dots, just blinked like 40 wiring, and the screen went black. Then the link you sent was left unopened. Then the shared location tag was broken. Every status was a dead and token. Every character was left unspoken. The loading bar, the spinning wheel, the digital drift you can't unfeel. The signal brights, the void gets real.
The server's dead.
Left the whole damn thing on red. Just a code between the blueprint and the last thing that you said.
Yeah,
Server's dead. Empty space inside my head. Just a cold joint where the concrete never set.
yeah. A crowd of layers, syncopated whispers, interest, that's percussion. Whisper rolled inside jokes, mouth-side massive blood feels.
The facade is still standing, you can see it from a trap. Just a monument to something that got caught up in the spam. The support structure's done, but no one sent the memo out. Just a quiet demolition, not a banging, not a shout.
Yeah,
Server's dead. Just a cold joint instead. Server's dead. Cold joint instead. Server's dead. Just a cold joint instead.
The ice in the Fago red pop, cracks under the plastic straw. You see her 19 Equinox Park, 2 blocks from the old sawmill. Behind Grecian Gardens, spot that closed in the fall. You know Dave's on 3rd shift tonight, you ain't even gotta make the call. Bill. The passenger seats fogged up, the silhouette's not his frame. You feel that cold recognition, the taste of rubs, the secondhand shame. In the silence of your old weight Impala gets heavy as an engine block. A truth you never asked to carry, a busted unwind double clock. This ain't your foundation to test. You tell yourself under your breath. This ain't your framework to salvage. You ain't the architect of this death. You turn the key that cold metal. Remember last October, a phone call from Cyanide Grapes. Dave talking through a wide jaw, the whole right side of his face. A new kind of blueprint for ruin the topography of disgrace. He says she's the only Joyce told in the damn roof up in this place. And you got the demolition order swinging right here in your coat pocket. A photograph blowing on a crack screen. You should just lock it. That exhausted whole piece finally got. It's a thin sheet of drywall, man. You punch a hole through it, the whole damn house could fall where you stand. This ain't your foundation to tell. You tell yourself under your breath. This ain't your framework to salvage. You ain't the architect of this death. You turn the key, that cold metal bites. Don't look back, just let drift west. This ain't your foundation to test. It's not your place, let them have a piece. It's not your place, what he don't know. If dashboard lights are dull launch home, check engine, check your gauge. Just hope the rust holds for another Michigan when it's rain.
Live thermostat, read 68 degrees. My new key, 5 is cold. Reflection in the chrome. No handle isn't who I'm told. I am now new zip code. Same logo did so. Paid in full to balance zero, but I still feel the toll. Pacing on this polished concrete. Used to be cracked pavement. Trying to find a trace of promises we made in the basement. Every wire in my mainframes had a full replacement, but I still feel the schematic that your memories engraved with. Replace the bolts and rip the nails. Replace the face behind the veil. New ship, same ghost in the cell. Told myself this isn't failure. I tried to overwrite the data, bite by corrupted bite. The smell of kickory and rain under that weed porch light. You said the rust just proves it's real. Your hand on the fender's peel. So I buffed it out, I palmered it. I learned how not to feel. Scrub the drive of every file, rewilded every feed. Planted flowers in the yard to kill off all the weeds. Swap the hardware out for something built for different speeds, but the ghost in the machine still knows my deepest need.
No focus for 26.
Taste the boys and rip the nails. Replace the face behind the veil. New ship, same ghost in the cell. Told myself this isn't failure. The alloy bends back into shape when the heat's off. It's just a phantom Lord night ride. Driving this.
north, south of the city. And the promises feel like bad wire, shorted out and gritty. We were shoulder to shoulder when the summer was boiling the street. Humidity sticking to the phone screen, couldn't admit the defeat. Saw the cracks in the blueprint, ignored all the structural bones. Built the whole damn empire on a pile of disposable phones. It was our temperature, our weather, we were holding the line. Then somebody broke it and adjusted the thermostat by 1 degree shy. We were good, we were solid, we were locked in for the ride. Till you rewrote the code on the control panel, we built deep inside. Then the text started changing the tone, got a half-second lag. The new logos you wore came with a much heavier price tag. I saw you on Petrie, like leading from some high-rise event. Through the tinted glass window, you look like a different percent. You were laughing a laugh that we ain't heard since back in the day. But the shape of your mouth was a portrait of something you gave away. Man, we gotta connect, it's what you said as a valet pull round. But the engine noise drowned out the silence, the most deafening sound. That last August, before the rents went up, your message came through. It said, bro, this is it. It's the only way we make it. Me and you. I still got the screenshot, a password to a life I don't know. But see, forgotten, I guess I just wasn't willing to grow. Yeah, the contents are core frozen. The air here is thick and no. The wall laser level through the green line on the rotten wood. Sister in the floor joist where the porch swing always stood. Tuesday, 8:45. Humid August air tastes like cat fuel and pine. Be tough to see the shimmy, trying to get the whole damn thing alive. Says the east corner's dropped a full inch, maybe closer to 2. Got a new post anchor sunk in concrete, some of the screw in 2. He pulls the spirit level out, checks the bubble, a nervous tick. Thinks if he can't get this one board level, that'll do the trick. New wood on the frame, but the ghost is still low bearing. He squares it with the stay pillar level, that's the point of even caring. But if you change every beat, from the nails to the gavel, is it the same damn house? Just a ship on a table, ain't stable, ain't level. The phone buzzes on the railing, screen crack like a pane of ice. Her text just says it looks good, and he has to read it twice. He remembers the day they built it, the grain on the timber raw. Now the cuts from the fenceline is testing structural law. The whole assembly's in torsion, a slow imperceptible twist. The stress he can't account for in the paperwork he missed. He's trying to find a new static level, a plane he can't believe. But the promise you make, the promise you keep on the level. Flickers off. The foundation was never level. The third wheel on the Kroger car had a nervous kind of squeak. Fluorescent lights were humming. It was Tuesday, middle of the week. Maya had her head inside the freezer case, pulling at the glass. Said, Daddy, can we get the one with Rockies? Knowing I would ask. The price tag and a squinting man, the numbers did a dance. Saw the balance on the app this morning, couldn't take the chance. But her face was a little different, so I tossed it in the fun. Stood in line behind a lady counting coupons for a month. It's that driveway, feeling hollowed out and vacant. Just a frame without the pavement. Ain't no way you can replace it. Let that driveway smile you used to hide the statement. When the total's what you're making and the plastic starts to scraping. Got a little red light flicker. Heard the beep that I was dead and cashier wouldn't meet my eyes. I felt the panic starting better.
Sir, it looks like this was canceled.
Voice was flat and monotone.
Felt 100 people staring.
But the two of us were all alone.
I knelt down.
Looked at Maya, fixed the collar on her coat. Felt the engine in my chest cavity was failing, couldn't flow. Excuse me, must have left my wallet in the F-150 side door.
Knew that I was thin as water on a greasy kitchen floor.
Gas bill, light bill, overdraft, child care, tie tread, gray pack, empty fridge, cold air. Just the tick-tick of the turn signal on Barfoot Highway saying, hey! Just the tick-tick of the turn signal on Barfoot Highway fading. Last call light is ice and her sweats down. You should probably make it move. But you're tracing the scars on the bar top with nothing left here to prove. The hum from the breaker box sounds like a warning. You already heard in your sleep. She's got that same quiet in her hands. I promise you, no you can't keep it. It's 4 a.m. on a Tuesday. Feels exactly like last year's collapse. You're checking schematics inside of your head, retracing the lines on the maps. The wiring's fried, the copper is stripped. A flicker is all you can trust. The smell of the ozone from rain on the streets, turning your confidence to rust. This is a stress test, head on the rebar. See if it holds, see if it holds. Another foundation poured in the dark. A story that's never been told. Is it built for the weather? Just for the moment. The first hairline crack in the paint. This is a stress test, feeling for faults and praying to God that it ain't. You ask for the time like your phone isn't burning a hole through your jeans. She smiles and the whole damn room just rearranges to fit what it means. She said you look tired and she meant it sweet. Not a judgment, a simple report. A line from a logbook you can't seem to close. A different and dangerous sort. Her jacket smells just like the model train air, or something else too underneath. You're running diagnostics on every last word, just gritting it out through your teeth. This ain't like some more, not the fire, the rage, just a low, steady temporary hum. A different voltage, a different gauge, just waiting for your hands to go numb. Check 1, the exit's clear. Check 2, static, you here. Check 3, that fault line drawn. Check 4, you gotta move on. The scope finally breaks on the Buford Highway asphalt. And you're walking away
green static hall. That 12 is still lit from the last kick drum. It's Tuesday, 3:45. The final sequence is done. I got the master wave file. Guess I finally won. This whole Pilsen block is dead quiet. Listen to the grid. I built a city in this box just like my father did. He built with steel and rivet guns, a blue collar lit, and I built with 808s and phase, but feel the same futility. Take all these to victory lap. The final cannon sound so wise. It feel like I'm the only one left on a grooving ground. They call this a cold start. The engine turning low for new, but the silence after the beat stops has got the last word. Now you. The cardboard box was damp, smelled of Lake Michigan and snow. He set it on the kitchen table. It was Christmas 08. You know the severance check was cashed. The U.S. Steel days were dead. Don't let the dust settle on this thing, was all my father said. Fingerprint grease on the rubber pads. The system discorrupted. The weight of it was biblical. My whole future interrupt. I learned to chop a freight train horn into a 3-note melody. A concrete fracture in the beat, a structural remedy. They call this the victory lap. The final cannon sound so wise. They feel like I'm the only one left on the proving ground. They call this a cold start. The engine turning over new, but the silence after the beat stops has got the last word. Now you. So this is a present. The blueprint folded, filed away. I poured the bedrock for the sound, and now there's nothing left to say. The MPC 2000 XL screen glows, just a male green static hum. At 12 it's dark. The last kick is